All right, buenos dias. You're gonna notice some changes on my screen this morning. The ES is now on the right side. We have the NAS 1 minute. I'm actually going to adjust my screen really quick. All right, so I want to start looking at 1 minute charts. That's what I used to do, and I honestly liked it a lot more. And I toyed around with it yesterday after the video ended, and I liked what was happening, and I want to do it again. So, um, I believe this morning we had a piece of news. Actually haven't looked yet. Let me go ahead and pull up financialjuice.com for all of your financial news. And there you have it. I'm a lying sack of shit. There was no news this morning. Okay, so yeah, pretty clear Friday morning. Then I thought we had something this morning. Maybe it was yesterday. Regardless, um, why does my chart look so wonky right now? I hate it when it does that. So it looks like we were pretty flat all night. I mean, we're separated by about 100 points overnight, so that's really not a wide range at all. We're sitting below yesterday's value area on the. Well, heck, I only have to talk about the Nasdaq. So that's the only one I'm looking at now. At least for now. We still got the ES sitting over here if you want to look at it, but I personally do not care to look at it much more, unless I want to switch to the ES 1 minutes. But so I used to trade 1 minute charts. I used to, um, and I enjoyed it because I felt like it was super easy, mainly. But like there's a reason I find them so easy to trade. Uh, it's because one, I think it's very easy to find the trend, and two, I like to sort of, I guess, identify the moves on the larger time frame and then find an entry on the lower time frame, if that makes sense. And I think doing that is a little bit better than what I've been doing. See, what do you know? We're down $100 already in the morning. I don't know why I just did that, but we're thriving. But so I kind of identify everything on the higher time frame, and then, like I said, I wait for the setup on the lower time frame. Um, One thing that we need to do first, though, uh, so I've been kind of watching other people's videos as of late. Gosh, this 1 hour chart just looks disgusting. Um, so one channel that I follow is called The Moving Average on YouTube. Another one's obviously I reference him pretty much every video I post is Trades by Matt because I don't know how the hell I don't know how the hell he streams every single morning and is still like successful because I've tried streaming. Streaming this is fucking hard. I don't care what anyone says. This shit is hard to stream it and interact with people, and he interacts with people. I'll give him that. I just don't know how the hell he does it. Um, all right, let me knock this out really quick. So one level we're looking at about here. We're looking at 12. Okay, about 1220. So we're gonna come up here. Oh, this shit's gonna be real spread out this morning. Real spread out this morning. And I'm just gonna take a horizontal line straight to 1220. We're just gonna do that. Let's see. Honestly, we kind of have to identify this as a level, so we're gonna say 915, and that's pretty much right where I guess it's right above the overnight high. So But regardless, and we got a nice little line right there, right where it is, and we're going to do that. How do I already have my value areas already set up? I haven't done anything this morning. What is this? This should have been yesterday's. Okay, whatever. Let's just switch it to today, I guess. I don't know. I'll have to adjust that later, most likely. Alright, so where was I? Alright, so this is kind of the first level on the hour chart. Let's see, the next level is pretty much right where our lows are. We're going to say about 860. So I'm going to take, I just like horizontal lines. That's it. Horizontal lines are life. Yeah, we'll just say right there, 860. That's looking at the hour chart. I'm going to look at the 15-minute chart and find sort of, well, first I'm going to find wherever the hell the damn chart is. Where is it? Go to current bar. Oh, there it is. Okay. And we're going to see if there's kind of like a middling level here, which there kind of is here at like 880. So we're going to go ahead and slap another one right there at 880, which is right below VWAP, which is nice. All right. As of right now, those are the levels we're looking at. So the reason I brought up other channels that I pay attention to is because the moving average channel was running this little event called Strategy Wars, right? There's my short playing out there, by the way. So they're running quote unquote Strategy Wars, right? Where there was like, I think there was like 6 different teams all running different strategies. And yeah, we actually just cracked below this next level, so now I have to find something else. But they were all running different strategies. Excuse me, I have to stretch and yawn at the same time. So they're all running different strategies, and there is one individual. Gosh, what was her name? Something Kitts. Is it like Christina Kitts? I don't remember. I need to find her name. She apparently was like wildly successful, like unnaturally successful, and in doing this challenge. And it's like, it was impressive. And so she posted a YouTube video of her strategy. She uses TradingView. Obviously, I use Trade-of-8, and I don't use TradingView. I probably could, but I don't, so here we are. But so she uses a Stairmaster strategy where, I don't know, a little sneaker shows up on her screen, and then she identifies whether or not it's a good place to go short or long or whatever, and she does that, and she's apparently very good at it, because she was making just stupid numbers for a whole month. Like, didn't record not a single, according to Artie at the moving average, I'm just kind of going off what he says. He said that she didn't have a losing day for an entire month, which he could have been exaggerating, who knows, but like, regardless, like, I'm assuming if she did have a losing day, it was like just a couple over the course of like a month, right? And that's just silly. Like, I don't get how you can go a whole month without losing. If she actually did have a losing day, that's just like insane to me. And so I went and looked at how the video she posted, and she looks at the Nasdaq on a 1-minute chart, and she uses her Stairmaster strategy. All right, 1790 is kind of the. Sorry, I'm still trying to figure out my levels here because I think I have to make another line here. So we're going to say 1790-ish. But I don't know of a way to repeat her strategy on Trade-of-8. It's something I would be very interested in learning how to do, because she sounds like she might be a certified genius. And, you know, we love the intellectuals of the world because they make the world a better place for everyone. Let's go ahead. Man, there's just not a ton. Let's go ahead and say, like, 1660 then after that. Like, I don't know. My point being, she's a genius, and that's what I want to get out of it. That's why I want you to get out of this. I think her name's like Christina Kitts, or Kens, or... That sounds right. Alright, let's go ahead and expand this. Alright, so, she goes in and makes all of these levels too, and I'm just kind of experimenting with that. I'm not a big levels person, which is probably why I suck at trading. But, you know, if it is something that I should be doing, then I guess I could try it, but let me just keep going until we find a price level that matches us on a 15-minute chart. Dude, these charts are just so... These things are scuffed. Hard. Like, super scuffed. Alright. I think we're good for now. Let me find her thing really quick. Sorry if the screen has frozen temporarily. It tends to do that when I leave. Let's see. Okay, so the moving average posted the video yesterday.
Watch college football all season long, live and cable-free with you.
It's called 1 Minute Scalping Strategy. So simple that anybody could do it. He has a link to her video. Her video is titled 1 Minute Scalping Strategy with Stairmaster, Live Trading with Analysis. Her name is Christy Kinz. Christy space Kinz. Christy Kinz. And if those numbers are accurate that Artie shared in his video, then that is wild. And I missed an entry right there. And I'm very sad about that. Yep, that would have been a very good entry right there, because I would put the stop right there at about 64. I would have entered right here at about a 56, so we would have placed our take profit somewhere down here. I guess we wouldn't have technically hit the take profit yet, but we would be vibing right now with this trade, and we probably are going to hit that take profit. So, yeah, I don't know how to recreate her strategy with this. I would like to test it out sometime, but I don't know equivalent indicators on Trade-of-8 that, you know, indicators that are equivalent to what she uses with her sneakers, shoes, whatever the hell that. If you watch her video, you'll see that, like, a sneaker just pops up on her screen and it indicates that she's supposed to be going short or she's supposed to be going long, and I don't know what it's telling you, what it's telling her, what it's telling anybody, what it's telling itself. Why does my damn volume profile just keep disappearing? But a sneaker pops up on her screen and she's like, I must do something here. And then she does something there and it works out. And I don't get it. I don't get it at all. So, you know, it's just my shitty analysis for the morning. You guys might have noticed my Chargers hat and Chargers hoodie. The Chargers lost last night to divisional rivals Kansas City Chiefs. And I was not exactly thrilled with the outcome of that game. Simply put. I think you all could understand why. Okay, so I'm not going to take a long here just because we're sitting basically right at this upper level here. All right, I can touch this again. Let me touch this again. Oh my god, I missed. And I can't touch it anymore. But yeah, the Chargers they definitely didn't want to win that game. Now, I don't know what the hell happened to Justin Herbert. Now, I have a degree in exercise science with a concentration in athletic training, so I do have quite a bit more. I shouldn't say quite a bit relative to my athletic training peers. I have hardly any. I have decent experience um, with musculoskeletal injuries, and everybody last night saying, "Oh, broken ribs, broken ribs." I just didn't see broken ribs in that equation. I didn't truly. I don't know what's wrong with him, but I don't think he had broken ribs. Justin Herbert, that is. Um, I'm gonna go ahead and take the short here. I don't think Herbert has broken ribs. 61, 53. So we're gonna bring this all the way down to about 37. Um, yeah, I mean he could, and I could be wrong. It's just, man, like playing football with broken ribs does not sound fun in the slightest bit. And people outside of sports medicine do like to tell me that I'm wrong about things like this. It's usually the people that have very crummy opinions on musculoskeletal assessment and diagnosis, but I do enjoy having these conversations with the sports medicine community, and I would like to engage in those kinds of conversations, I suppose, but I just don't have the proper audience to actually have those conversations. My initial assessment of the injury yesterday was that he strained an oblique. That was my initial assessment. It was not a broken rib. It was a strained oblique. Now, I have been out of the game of sports medicine for quite a while now. I left athletic training school in 2018, and then I went to law school. Right, there's my story. And so I went to law school, and during my time in law school, my buddies would thoroughly enjoy watching sporting events with me because I could very accurately diagnose an injury on the field, like on the spot, right? Which is a cool yet boring party trick. And what with that comes a bit of arrogance in that I think people who think he broke his ribs are crazy. That being said, he could have broken a rib. I just don't see how he could have. If he did, that's a huge bummer because we're looking at, I believe, at least 4 weeks out. Might be 6 weeks. I don't actually know. We're going to let this trade play out because I am interested in watching how this shit works. And we're like 6 points off of the take profit. But, yeah, I mean, playing with a broken rib just sounds like some like Spartan warrior shit to me. And I just don't. And people like to talk about too, like, well, players have played with broken ribs before. The big story on that is Drew Brees. I'm gonna kill this actually. The Drew Brees, gosh, what was that like his last season? "Quote unquote, I played with 11 broken ribs." I don't believe that he played with 11 broken ribs. I'm gonna throw it out there. Not calling anyone a liar. I'm just not calling them a truther. And we would have gotten stopped out there, or we would have gotten filled there, by the way. So, I see that's my tendency to back off of stuff, because like that would have filled. But I don't want to say that people can't do things. I just think it's highly unlikely. If you guys have ever injured a rib, like life just hurts. Right? So this last summer, Memorial Day weekend, I'm in Houston, Texas, right? Oh, what did I just click on? My Alexa just popped up. I did not signal for you, Alexa. Um, so I'm in Houston, Texas, right? And I shouldn't say we. I just lost my train of thought and I was trying to fill it in with words, and that's a bad habit to make. Don't make that habit. So I was in Houston, Texas over Memorial Day weekend. My cousin was getting married. They're still happily married, in case you guys are interested in knowing. Um, so I was staying in a hotel that I can't recall the name of down in Houston, Texas. And they did not have a non-slip pad in the shower. And I'm a clumsy fuck. I trip over anything. And I'll be honest, I got shampoo in my eye when I was in the shower and I was just trying to rinse it out. And when I moved over to the water, I slipped, ate shit, and I racked my rib on the edge of the shower, right? Fucking hurt, right? And so that happened the very beginning of my trip. I was there for like 6 days. That happened day one. Terrible way to start your morning, right? And I couldn't even like put my seatbelt on in the car, right? Because of how much pain I was in. Just like rotating to like put my seatbelt on. It was like excruciating. Like I couldn't do it. It hurt. Like I was having back spasms left and right. It was a posterior rib. I should throw that out there. Herbert's would be on the front side. He was pointing right here, right? He was doing this. Um so like, you know, mine was a posterior rib injury. I suppose maybe that makes a difference. Regardless, I couldn't rotate. Um Breathing sucked and just everything in life hurt, right? And like maybe I'm just a quivering pussy. I don't know. I probably am. Okay, I am. Let's be real. I am. And but like that doesn't motherfucker, why does this thing keep disappearing? That doesn't negate the fact though that like playing with a broken rib is just like insanely difficult. Like I mean like the Spartan, like I'm telling you, Spartan warrior shit. Like it is nuts to play with a broken rib. And the story with Drew Brees, he might have done it. I don't know. 11 broken ribs though. That sounds like a bit much. I don't. He's like I played with 8 broken ribs the week before and I finished the game. And then they're like, "Oh my God, you played this game with 8 broken ribs?" He's like, "Yeah, then I broke 3 more and punctured a lung." It's like, now that part sounds more right because he broke 3 ribs in that game. I think it was against the Niners. He broke the 3 ribs, and then I believe he got pulled from that game. Broke 3 ribs and a punctured lung. But like playing with 11 or playing with 8 broken ribs the week before, I don't believe that for a second. I apologize if someone for some reason that's close to Drew Brees is watching this and they feel like I'm attacking his character in any way. I'm not. I just don't think it's possible. I personally don't think he had 8 broken ribs and played in an NFL football game with that, unless he was totally drugged out of his mind. Like painkillers galore. And that is like the only way I think he could have played with 8 broken ribs. And let's see, what am I looking at here? Do I want to take a quick long here? Just a little. No, I don't. That answered my question really quickly. Yeah, like I don't know. I think that's bullshit. I'm just gonna put it bluntly. I think it's complete bullshit. I do not think for a second that he played without being under the influence of something with 8 broken ribs and then broke 3 more and now has 11 broken ribs and now is no longer able to play. Don't get wrong, it could have happened. I just don't believe it. I struggle believing that happened just based off my own personal traumatizing experience, right? And now back to Justin Herbert. The hit itself, also just didn't look like a broken rib. Unless there was an injury earlier in the game. I didn't start watching the game until the fourth quarter, unfortunately. Um, it could be a broken rib. If something happened earlier in the game that caused an injury, then maybe he does have a broken rib. Let's see. They actually just had a Twitter update. No, maybe it's not a Twitter update. Yeah. Yeah, no update yet. I don't know why there'd be an update this early, but if there is an update on his injury this morning, though, I would love to see it. So like I said, my diagnosis. Looking at I started watching the game pretty much right before that hit happens. I was pretty late in the fourth quarter when I turned it on, and why does it keep fucking disappearing? I just want to click on it. All right, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna do this. I'm gonna click on that. I'm gonna hit remove all. There you go. I'm a dirty boy. Now we're gonna do this. And we're gonna do that. That's not the right button. Oh no, it was the right button. Okay, never mind. I freaked out for nothing. I apologize. We're gonna align everything to the right. We're gonna go through the time that I want it to go through. We're gonna do that. Oh my gosh, that's not at all what I wanted. I swear to God, if this disappears. I just want everything to work. Is that so much to ask for? Don't even think about saying this is user error. Don't even think about it. All right, so. All right, we are settled. So yeah, I don't know. I think there's a chance we get a diagnosis of like strained oblique. Perhaps someone chimes in with I don't know, a bruised rib, one of the most vague diagnoses they could offer. A cracked rib. Love that one. The good old cracked rib diagnosis. Yeah, I don't know. Like, I think they're gonna say something along the lines of strained oblique. That's what I'm expecting. But I've been wrong before. I like to keep that disclosure open and available for people that I have in fact been wrong in the past. I have been. You might find that extremely hard to believe. They could release the X-ray in an hour and tell me, "Oh yeah, his ribs for sure broken," and he's just the toughest person I've ever witnessed play live sports. So, that being said, let's see. What are some things the Chargers did wrong that they could have done better that would have won them the game? The game, they played a pretty flawless game. Not gonna lie, it's a pretty good game. The Chiefs. I don't want to say this poorly because I gave Raiders fans shit last week for saying that like I think it's adorable how they lost a game and they're still convinced that they're the better team. But because like they were like unwilling to give any credit to the Chargers defense and like forcing Derek Carr into awkward situations and to making poor decisions and shit like that. Right? I insulted Raiders fans last week for that, and I apologize. That being said, the Chargers had a lot of opportunities to make this game, to make the outcome of this game different, right? Obviously, the 99-yard interception return for a touchdown was a big part of that. Um, Obviously, when you're on the 1 yard line, you would prefer to score a touchdown yourself, not throw an interception for 99 yards and a touchdown, right? So that was obviously unfortunate. Whether it was Herbert's fault or Gerald Everett's fault, it doesn't really matter. I like both of those guys. I think maybe there was just small miscommunication. Maybe Everett had something that we didn't know about. It looked like Everett wanted out of the game before that, and he ran kind of he looked like he ran a bit of a winded route, and maybe he didn't go 100% on that play, but maybe it was also a poor read on Herbert's fault. I don't know. I'm not an NFL analyst. I am not a professional. I have never been a quarterback. Well, I was a quarterback in like 8th grade, but that doesn't really count that much if we're being completely honest. So, I mean, if we want to, I don't know, man. Like, I don't know where this should be. This should probably be up like closer to like, I don't know, 49. I don't even fucking know. But I think that there was a lot of different things they could have done to make the game turn out differently. That's the main point, and I don't think it's limited to just that one play. And whether or not you believe those interceptions should or should not have been overturned. Samuel has to catch those. That's just a fact. He dropped some balls. I think we can comfortably admit that. He played. I do find it hilarious though. He played a great defensive game. He played incredibly. Yet the only thing people are talking about are the dropped interceptions. He had a great game, which I think is awesome. He's a young guy, and he missed a lot of last season. I think it's cool that he's been playing so well for us early on in the season, right? But all people are going to think about are these dropped interceptions, and I don't think that's necessarily fair to him. Obviously, defensive backs have the reputation for not being able to catch a damn ball. But maybe he should spend some time in practice working on his hands, right? I'm not liking this trade, by the way. Maybe he should spend some time working on his ability to catch the ball. But I don't know. I think there's a lot of different things that went into that game that the Chargers had mistakes. That's just how it is. They made mistakes. Now, the thing that's different about this week than last week is that the Chargers weren't able to capitalize on the Chiefs' mistakes. And I think that was the biggest difference this week. God, this sucks. That was the biggest difference this week compared to last week. Last week, the Chargers were able to capitalize on the Raiders' mistakes. This week, they were not able to capitalize on the Chiefs' mistakes. So, yeah, that's really in my opinion, the biggest difference between these 2 weeks. But, yeah, take every week one at a time, I guess. The Chiefs are everybody's worst nemesis this day and age, so maybe there is a reason for that, at least. There is a reason that everybody hates the Chiefs now. Hates playing the Chiefs, if anything. You don't have to hate the Chiefs, but you hate playing them, for sure. Nobody likes playing the Chiefs nowadays. Why would you like going against Patrick Mahomes? I don't care what your opinion is of him. He is too good. He is too good at quarterback. And Sorry, I'm like kind of focused on this trade, but like not really. I'm just trying out something new today, to be completely honest. Like, I don't think this trade's gonna work. It doesn't look like it's gonna work out, does it? I personally don't think it looks like it's going to. Um, oh, oh. So yeah, Chiefs are really good. They will be for probably a long time to come, which is very sad for people like me. That being said, I mean, pending obviously Justin Herbert's injury update, it could be severe. I don't know how severe it'll be, but it could be something that ruins my morning. I haven't decided yet. Um, but yeah, I mean, I don't know. I think this will be a fun season in the AFC West. I think everyone thinks it's going to be, and if I don't think last night was like terribly controversial. Um, Maybe the one interception that Herbert or that Mahomes threw when they called what they call like the defensive holding or whatever. I think was it holding that they called or PI? I don't know. I don't even know the defender that was on him on uh what is it, Valdez Scantling. It looked like Scantling might have tossed him to the ground, whatever. That play, that specific play. I don't know. Like that one was probably the most questionable in my opinion, but like in real time, I'm sure that it looked a lot different. Um, and I'm not gonna fault the refs for that one in particular. Whether or not you think the ball moved when it made contact with the ground, I mean, the referees have the best angles for stuff like that. Um, I've always been a firm believer that nobody does the ref's job better than the ref themselves, and I like to think that they had the angles to make the appropriate call there, whereas I did not. So I mean, the ball clearly hit the ground. It's just a matter of whether or not the ball moved when it hit the ground, and you know, I don't know. I don't know if it was conclusive evidence to say that you could overturn it, but I'm not the one in charge of that. It seemed like the people who get paid to watch football, uh, they seemed convinced that it was the right call. Well, except for Richard Sherman. I don't think Richard Sherman liked the call. But Richard Sherman's opinion only means so much nowadays. Great football player, don't get me wrong. But, it just, I don't know. We, hopefully, having a week and a half off will be good for the Chargers and the Chiefs for that matter. But I know both teams are probably pretty exhausted right now. So, all right, we did not make a new low on that one. So, again, not feeling super confident about this. Came right down to that good morning point of control, and we have since bounced out of it. I'm pretty sure if I was to do her strategy, I'm supposed to have the stop up here at like 61 or something. I'm supposed to have the take profit like way down here. Like down here. I'm pretty sure that's how her strategy is supposed to be. Um, I don't know how willing I am to have that much drawdown though, especially when it looks like this. Like I don't know. I guess like it's not. It wouldn't be crazy to see it come up and like test 60 and come out of that, but notice I'm only running one contract right now too. That's crazy for me. Yeah, so I mean, we would have been stopped out already if we kept it where it was. I don't, yeah, I don't know. I'm trying to figure out a good way to go about this. Just trying something new, that's all. Nothing crazy. And, I kind of want an excuse to talk about sports. I mean, my girlfriend's at work right now. She's doing nurse things. Um, and I'm not. I'm doing YouTube things. Very poorly, I might add, but nonetheless YouTube things. And I would like to find a second place to add on another contract here. A good place for another contract. And I think we're like almost there. Like that's a very convincing close. But I'm not like totally sold. Where's my 22 range? Do I not have it? Oh, there it is. Oh, right. Is there anything else going on in sports? Roger Federer just announced retirement. Big milestone for him. Growing up, I really liked Rafael Nadal. Not gonna lie. So, Federer announcing his retirement was kind of, it was a little mixed emotions about it, but obviously a lot of respect for him in the tennis world. But I mean, I don't know, like he's in his 40s now, I think, and like I think people wanted him to keep playing just because like the race for the most Grand Slams is like so tight, but like there's no way he outruns Nadal or Djokovic for that matter. I think Djokovic's got a few years on both of them because Nadal's getting older too. But Nadal has the most. I think he's two more than the other two. Granted, he's benefited from Djokovic not getting vaccinated, but um, I did not like the close on that 1 minute candle there. But um, yeah, I mean, good career though. Federer was the best at what he did for a long time. I think a guy like Djokovic, political biases aside, Djokovic's an incredible tennis player. He's very, very good, and I think that I think at the end of his career he'll probably take over the number one all time in men's tennis. Um, I mean, unless Nadal just has like the most incredible finish to a career that anybody has ever seen. I don't know. Djokovic is really good. It like hurts me inside because I really don't like Djokovic that much. Um, but God, he's good. He is very, very good at tennis. That man moves so gracefully. Oh, I like that. See, that's pretty. That's good for me. I don't know if you've realized yet, but the vibes are much more mellow on a strategy like this. Um, much, much more mellow. All right, let's see. This 5 minute candle is closing out. This is a really good entry for another position. If these both finish, well, that was a pretty shitty close. Not gonna lie. Oh, okay. Well, there it goes. Oh, I guess we're coming into market open. So I'm actually, just because we're approaching market open, what should I do? Should I kill it or just tighten it up? I think I'm gonna kill it actually, just because I wasn't paying attention to where we were on the day. I do not want to hold this into market open. I'm gonna probably sit idle for a minute and let this play out by itself. We're just gonna title this like the pre-market sports commentary. I think are we up right now? We are up. We're up like 2:13 on the morning. So yeah, we're just gonna go ahead and call this like pre-market commentary. I was right to add on a second contract right there though. That would have been a good ad. I wish I did it. I just wasn't expecting it to dump like that. So yeah, we'll call this the pre-market video, and then I'll have a second video up once market opens in about 5 minutes. So all right, see you guys in like 5 minutes, I guess.